Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the New York Jets and the Green Bay Packers. All that and more coming up. It's
the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight, it is all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion New York Jets taking on the NFC champions, the Green Bay Packers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, safe to say it has been a long time since we talked about the Jets and the Super Bowl. You have to go back to Joe Namath in Super Bowl III to find their last involvement in this game.
And Brandon, when I go back through the recesses of my mind, when Joe Namath was running off the field, Super Bowl III, forget it. I'm not counting up those years. Let's just say it's been a long time. And there's Jets fans who stuck around through it all, and what a night this could be if they can finish off what they've set out to do.
And meanwhile, for the Packers, not many could have predicted they'd make it back to this Super Bowl, but everything has gone their way, and they search for what would be their second title of the millennium.
And that title? Super Bowl 45 in Dallas, or actually Arlington, Texas, so I don't get in trouble with the locals, over Pittsburgh. A proud franchise continuing to find ways to get to the big game.
Now the new-look Jets ready to go on offense, and it is the veteran Aaron Rodgers at quarterback.
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid, but he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played, and his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. You can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you've got the biggest game of your life to win.
Give them 15 yards to start their first drive of the game.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Taken down at the 42.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Dancing to his left. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
That's an early scrambler to be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they're going to give up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the first. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. We are back. Biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, and both teams ready for the start of the second quarter. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him the first. A chance for the first score of this Super Bowl. Here's 1st and goal. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Tyler Conklin from 3 yards out. And the Jets post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Well, that drive felt like it took up an eternity. We finally have some action on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but plenty of action prior to, because that drive took up all the first quarter before we spilled into the second, and finally, points were registered.
On the other sideline, they're chomping at the bit just to get the football. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A guy coming off a career high in rushing yards last year. Here's Aaron Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Love now. That's complete to Wicks. And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. On 3rd down, Love. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Sauce Gardner puts it on, and he brings this one back. It's a pick-6 and a Jet touchdown. Well, this defense, they've been terrific all year, and they come through with a pick-6 here on the game's biggest stage.
Perfect descriptor there, because we have seen this time and time again. This defense, their ability to take the ball away from teams, they definitely have a nose for the football, and it pays off again on that play.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick-6. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I hope you're feeling okay. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Love. He finds Watson complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as he'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. 1st down, going to the air with Love. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Going back to Love. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Love looking to throw it. And that will be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Jets going to go on offense one last time in this first half. And with a 14-0 lead, they may just try to get this to the locker room. Fighting to stay upright. Steps away to his left. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. A final shot before half for Rodgers. He still brings it in off the tip here on the deep shot. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
Now Zerline on to add the extra point. Oh, and now they're going to fake him. But he will not get the 2 points. He stopped up short, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Well, the Packer offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi trophy not looking too great, but perhaps that long halftime, maybe it did them a world of good.
But if there's ever a chance to regroup, it's in this game, right? Because you do have that long halftime, a chance to really assess things and maybe make some changes and true adjustments. They played great all year long. That was the worst first half of the season for them. They're hoping to put it behind them and come out punching here in the second half.
Well, here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. Just a gain of a couple there, and it'll be second down. Love going to give this one to Jones. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Rodgers going to throw. He finds Wilson. 25 yards that time.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Aaron Rodgers. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Jets are starting to open things up here in the Super Bowl.
Aaron Rodgers, he can still maneuver. 35 rushing touchdowns in his career with Green Bay. Partner, I double-checked that stat. That's the right number. And even at his age, he knows when it's time to go, and he does it there for a touchdown.
Zerline now for the PAT. And that stretches the lead to 27. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And As you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled.
And there's just one quarter that remains in this edition of the biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, as we get set for the fourth quarter. On 1st and 10, Love. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down. To pass, here's Jordan Love. Throw left side is complete to Reed. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Okay, so the personal foul penalty, and those are some important yards lost right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it. In this case, it slipped a little bit.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Yeah, no question. He got to the QB late, CD, and that's going to get a flag every time.
Every single time. Because let's face it, the league is always going to have an emphasis on these calls. They want to take care of these quarterbacks who are in vulnerable positions when they're passing the football. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They will throw again here with Jordan Love. On the out route, Dobbs brings it in. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing. Love. Touchdown! A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Carlson's extra point up and good. And the lead now down to 20. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Jets have got it. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Sliding out of the pocket. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7. A give, running right is Hall. Down to the 25. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Give to Hall running right. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Here's Hall again. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Jets are starting to pour it on the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl. That right there, Charles, is your exclamation mark. They already had the nice lead on their way to a victory, but one final touchdown here to widen the margin late in the fourth quarter.
Let's make it pretty simple. When you can seemingly score at will, why wouldn't you take advantage of being in that zone and getting one more to cap off this game?
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Green Bay's offense ready to go again. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense.
There he goes left side.
He's across midfield. He's on his way.
Touchdown, Packers.
Christian Watson.
79 yards.
And the Packers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Now Carlson for the extra point.
And the lead is down to 20. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Rodgers looking to throw.
Over the middle and complete to Wilson. Still going. On the move past the 40.
And down to the 7-yard line. And the New York Jets have won the Super Bowl. And the Lombardi Trophy will be in the Big Apple. For the victors getting to hoist that Lombardi Trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. But the accomplishment, forever.